Disasters are times when people feel overwhelmed, they don't know where to go, they don't know what to do, and often the future is very uncertain. There are lots of things that we know about disasters and disaster recovery, and to the extent that we're able to come together through the Disaster Alliance.
A unified, rapid response. That's what the Greater Houston Disaster Alliance means to me. You know, we've been a part of every disaster for the last 30 years, but I would say when Harvey hit, that was the moment that we, Baker Ripley, the nonprofit ecosystem, I think that was the moment. If we don't coordinate, if we don't get together, if we don't do this as a community, we're going to keep on seeing disaster after disaster really hurt our communities.
Greater Houston Disaster Alliance really emerged from the experience that both the Community Foundation and United Way have had in past work. When we did the work related to Hurricane Harvey, we began to realize that they were doing great work and we were doing great work, but there was some confusion among donors as to where they should contribute, and some of our efforts were overlapping, and so we began a conversation that brought us to a formal alliance that we're really excited about.
The GHDA, the United Way and the Greater Houston Community Foundation coming together, creating, literally being able to stand up a fund in days. That's really unheard of in my world. When we would have to apply for grants and wait and go through vetting, and they had already vetted us, they had done all their homework, and they did a spectacular job of opening the door for us to be immediate and to get to these families.
The people in need were often not getting easy access to the resources. They didn't know if their application was received, they didn't know when they would hear back, they didn't know if they were approved. So that customer experience in accessing social services is really why I started Connective. And the Greater Houston Community Foundation and the United Way were critical partners in the founding of Connective and then have been critical partners since.
The Disaster Alliance really is in a position to do something unique in our region, to bring together multiple stakeholders across local government, nonprofits, philanthropic institutions, corporations, and community leaders to better understand our region's strengths and maybe more importantly our opportunities, and then begin to implement programming, partnerships, and other initiatives that can improve coordination, accelerate recovery, and strengthen our local communities before a disaster is upon us.
We've seen storms happening more frequently in recent years and being more impactful. And you combine that with the growth of the Houston area, that just makes the growth or the expansion of this alliance even more critical.
The Greater Houston Disaster Alliance will allow the Greater Houston Community Foundation and United Way of Greater Houston to develop faster and more effective ways to raise and deploy funds in the aftermath of disaster. It'll help us enhance systems that support more impactful access to recovery resources for vulnerable populations, and help us build a lasting coalition of public and private leaders to strengthen region-wide disaster resiliency in advance of disasters.